Gluten morning bread buddies. We're hosting Easter this weekend, but we've got a couple of fun things planned that I thought I'd bring you along with as well. So one fun thing we have planned. We're going to get new chickens today. Very excited about it. Just gonna make some breakfast now and have like a full day of working. Then I'll bring you along to, is it a rescue place that we're going to? So it's like ex-battery chickens, and we're going to go get like three, maybe four? Three. I want four.
Two, maybe three.
No, three, maybe four.
8 chickens.
We're gonna make a little bit of breakfast first. And I've been away for a couple of days and I've just come home and looked in the cupboard. Lawrence has obviously done a collection of eggs from our current chickens to find that. Look, that, I don't know if you can see, but that is 100% going to be a double yolker. And this is a big moment. I thought, we don't get very many double yolkers, do we? No. It's either going to be a double yolker or it's just going to be one big ass egg. Oh, but that's not a normal one. That's like, no, that's not the get a normal one. Yeah, so we have one chicken who, she lays very small eggs. And then we have one chicken who evidently lays massive eggs. I wonder which one that is that does that. It's madness. Anyway, normal sized egg from one of the chickens. This is this one here. Genuinely, it's bigger than a duck egg. And then the other one that are smaller, but she's not small in size, but the smaller chicken, like smaller egg one, is that there, which actually doesn't look that small next to that. Let's crack into this because I'm very excited to see if that is a double yolker. I'm gonna make a breakfast of, we have some leftover haggis from dinner with Dad. Got a load of these sprouts that I always like to top things with, just really good to get a little bit of plant diversity. We have some Jarlsberg cheese. Don't normally buy Jarlsberg, but I'll sent it, and I'm actually really enjoying it in things like sandwiches and omelettes, things like that. And we also have some leftover egg white from a job that I did. Let's crack into this. I'll bring you closer and see. And we're gonna make an omelette, I think. Omelette, or maybe I've got some of these tortilla wraps. Maybe I'll do like an omelette breakfast burrito. Yes, I think I'll do that. Right, let's crack into this egg first. Let's bring you here and see. Moment of truth. Oh. Yes! We have a double yolker. Double yolker. Doesn't happen very often. That's very exciting, isn't it? I'm going to put in a splash of the egg whites. I'm going to put the haggis in the air fryer actually with hash brown. Put hash brown in this little burrito as well. I'll always tend to have some form of either like hash brown, or a brand that I really like is the Strong Roots brand. Their cauliflower hash browns, really good, and their sweet potato fries I really like as well. But these I've been really enjoying. Their crispy pea and lemon bites, and just pretty good if you want a breakfast bowl but you don't want to have a bit of toast and you don't want to have a hash brown. These really enjoying. I'm gonna put a couple of those in the air fryer along with, how long do they need? 16 minutes? For the last like 5 minutes, I'm gonna crumble in some haggis. I should do it on a flat tray instead. I'll put them on this because then what I can do is I can crumble the haggis in here, cook that, and then we can put this all in the omelette burrito. The omelette is gonna take next to no time. So whilst that's cooking, I wanna show you a couple of PR bits that I've been sent. One of them I'm very excited for because I actually have no idea what's in it. So usually with PR bits, you will get sent a message or an email saying, oh, we'd like to send you this. What's your address? And I will always be quite wary of what I'm saying yes to because I don't need a lot of things. It's nice to try new products and highlight brands. If it's a small business, I always tend to say yes because I do want to support them and share them, and if they send additional bits, I'll include them in my monthly giveaways, which is always really lovely to do. And this one here is actually from said small business. They have sent some bits for me to enjoy, but also to be able to include in April's giveaway. So this is a one-woman band. She does this all herself, but they're these really lovely mixers. This is a spice, like soda waters. So this is one for spiced rum, and it's like a twist on a familiar flavour, adds a tingle of cinnamon and a warmth of ginger. Oh, and then we have the hedgerow rum, floral rose and succulent blackberry, celebrated English flavours in a brand new light. I'm not drinking at the moment because I am on the acne drug, Roaccutane. I'm still vlogging that whole experience. I think I'll share that more towards when the journey's done, but I will pick it up every now and then in these vlogs if there's like things to really like note on, if there's anything that's like drastic. But one of the things is that you can't drink on the drug. It's a really harsh drug on your liver. So it's, yeah, a strict no drinking situation. So these are lovely, and I'd be really interested to try making some mocktails with these, because I won't be able to have them with alcohol. This one here is the tropical one. Pineapple, coconuts, fruity notes to create a classic and elegant rum pairing. Oh, and then this one, I thought it was only 3 that she sent. And then this citrus one, which is secret citrus base, balances perfectly with any rum to make a refreshingly light, long drink. I think that's all of them. So we've got all of these to include in April's giveaway, which I'm very excited about. Very, very generous. The brand is called Stratford Sodas. If you want to go check them out, very nice, small business, one-woman band. Very excited to be able to include that in April's. Right, let's see. Oh, and there's like a nice pairing guide as well with that, which is nice. I'll include that. So let's see what's in this big guy, because yeah, I'm very excited. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God, so I've got, this is a really nice, I want to say it's like plastic, it's probably recycled, but that, oh my God, imagine that as like a little picnic bag. That, it can stop here and we're good. Let's see what's in it. Oh my God, guys. Right, I'm obsessed. Right, we have these guys here. These are 9 blue eggs filled with rich sea salted caramel. Oh my gosh. We have got 3 duo eggs, each with 2 irresistible fillings, silky salted caramel and smooth hazelnut praline. Divine. We have these little decorations, and I wanted to do some tablescaping for Easter as well, so we'll be able to use these. That's so useful. Oh my gosh. And then we have some of these lovely napkins as well. And again, I wanted to get some different napkins. We have quite a limited napkin collection. We tend to use our like dishcloths, and I wanted to go to Dunelm and pick up a few different ones. But now I can use these. We do have 8 of us, so I can go to Dunelm and pick up maybe a contrasting colour to this. I did see they had a really beautiful yellow striped one with frill around the edge, so we could do a mixture of like one place setting this one, the other place setting the other one, and then equally, oh no, we have these really amazing napkin rings. There's so many good things. This, how lovely is that? A lovely like carrot serving platter, very cute. We have, these little chocolates. I'll include those. I'm doing an Easter egg hunt for my niece and nephew, so I'll include those in that. This is amazing. Oh my God, there's so many good things. This here, milk chocolate flat egg, irresistibly Moorish milk chocolate with a crunchy Florentine and fleur de sel, generously scattered with chocolate flakes, shimmered in gold. That was a mouthful, but that's a better angle for you can see that. That looks very interesting. We have some Easter crackers. So we'll be able to put those out on the tablescape as well. There's only 6, so I might need to go pick up some more. So useful, really good for Easterscaping. And then the final thing is the pistachio egg. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this is the cracking pistachio. Inside, a shell of luxuriously creamy blonde chocolate hides our irresistible pistachio flavoured egg with crunchy pistachio nibs. Whoa. Waitrose, thank you so much. When I started doing content creation, when I set myself like a goal, Waitrose was my #1 client that I really wanted to secure, because I just love them. I just love going to Waitrose on the weekend, getting the free paper, getting a free coffee, getting their strong white bread flour, and just having a pot around the store. So I set myself a goal. I wanted to have them as a client, and I set myself a stretch goal of saying I would love to have them as a client, but then have them as a retainer client, work with them regularly and do lots of projects, and that is now happening. I'm a Waitrose ambassador and a Waitrose partner, and I love the brand so much. They do such amazing things, but not just that, it's such a lovely community. They are really engaged with everyone. I feel like their social media is really good. They support stuff. When you can do brand deals, a lot of the time it's like you do a brand deal and then it's like gone, but I really feel like this is a long-term family partnership that I just, it makes me really emotional. I'm so, so grateful. I'm gonna use so much of this stuff for hosting. Excellent, very, very good. Right, let's get on with breakfast because the adrenaline now is pouring through me. Kind of like left you guys for the whole day because things were busy, but I'm ready now with my boxes to go get some more chickens. Unfortunately, Lawrence can't come, which is a bit of a shame because, well, actually, it's like 15 minutes now. Can you not just like go 15 minutes early? He has to like be on hand to make some amendments with work. If they're not making amendments at 4:45 on Bank Holiday Thursday, come on, come with me to get the chickens. You could take your laptop with you in the car and I can drive and then hotspot it if you need to be. We'll do that because I wanted him to come. It's nice to pick them both together. So we've got 2 boxes. This one's massive. This is what my balloons to celebrate 100k on TikTok came in. 2 loads of boxes. Very excited. It's like an hour drive from where we live. Right, so we're gonna head there now and go get 3 to 4 new chickens. Right, we've arrived. It's at someone's house. They've got a very friendly cat here. Oh, so friendly. This cat's being ridiculous. She said, oh, come round with your boxes and I'll bring them out for you. Maybe try again. Maybe try again. Maybe try again. Here we are. So they've all fit into this box here.
Air holes.
Little air holes. I just love the little cooing sounds that they make. And like accidentally, it's quite a good, I forgot about this until the woman just said it there, but it's quite a good time of day for us to do this because they can go straight into the coop with the other chickens and it means that they'll just wake up together. It kind of like helps with the pecking order a little bit rather than them going in first thing in the morning or like during the day and they getting like picked on. So we'll get them home, get them straight in to the coop with the others because they should be roosting now, right? Ish.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
By
it's
the time we get back.
It's dusk. 3 new chickens. Oh, and it got like so cheap. Like she wasn't actually even expecting any money, was she?
There's a recommended donation of $2.75 for all their sort of admin or whatever.
$2.75. If you were to get chickens on, I've looked before on Pets for Homes, and it varies. You can get some ridiculous ones that are like silkies. We've had a silky before. You could spend like £45 a chicken easily, especially on Pets for Homes with the ones that are like silkies and things. Even like the cheaper ones. I think the cheapest one that I found on Pets for Homes I think was £15, but that was a stretch. Like most of them were like £20, £25. So £2.75. Name of them is Fresh Start for Hens.
You like sign up and they come to your area and you say how many you might want and they'll say, hey, we're in your area on such and such day, and then you can go and get your hens from them or travel to a place.
Yeah, where it's there.
Whenever you want.
It's nice to be able to rehome as well. They're not even that old. They're a year and a half.
72 weeks, which is funny that they said that in weeks.
Yeah, so
18 months old.
18 months old. For like reference, our chickens, they must be 5. No, 4, 5.
Tofu is old. She's like
Tofu
4
is
years old.
Yeah. We get good eggs from our chickens and they're like 4 or 5 years old. So these ladies will hopefully be a good little addition on the egg front. Very good when I'm doing all my baking.
They're all lying down. Hello.
Hi ladies. Welcome home.
You want to go in your coop?
Hey, Lawrence has put them up on their perch. Oh, they look so sweet, don't they?
Yeah.
This one here's got quite a lot of bad lost feathers and their crowns are a little bit floppy. They seem very sweet. I hope that ours don't bully them too much because a couple of them can be very sassy. Hopefully they'll just know as well that they're really vulnerable. Oh, they're so cute. Oh.
You don't have to stay up there.
Let's see what they're like in the morning. Okay, good night ladies. Right, you guys, be nice to the new additions, alright? I feel like This one here is going to be a problem, and definitely tofu. She's queen bee, so we'll just keep an eye on them over the next few days. If you watched one of the vlogs a few weeks back where we went to the garden centre, you might have remembered that we bought a big metal thing that we thought was a forced rhubarb apparatus. We've been using it. So, Lawrence, you want to give a little bit of an update?
Well, this is rhubarb, and this is rhubarb here, and there's 5 or 6 rhubarb plants. This is the same rhubarb plant as this, and this isn't in the thing, and this is. And the height of this compared to the height of that, so this has grown a lot quicker. I think.
Do you want to
take this off?
You can take it off? Ooh, that's so pink. For reference, want to come around this way and show?
Well, look at the difference. It's green.
There you go.
And look how it's grown up.
So you've got like green rhubarb here that's like spreading out, and it's like really chunky. And then this guy is a lot thinner and pinker. This is like the kind of rhubarb that you would find in a shop.
Supermarkets.
In a supermarket. Oh, that's great.
Ready to go, so we could probably use some of this at the weekend.
Well, we only need 450 grams. That would just be like a couple of sticks.
I'll just use that one, and then all the rest will just grow up. The colour of it. Nice.
Oh, amazing.
It's actually working.
Are you happy about that?
Yeah, it's cool.
That's very good. So we'll pick some of that tomorrow, because the dessert that we're doing, I'll walk you through the menu tomorrow that we're doing for Easter. But the dessert that we're doing is, we're doing a rhubarb jelly with custard. And I did have on the shopping list to go buy some more rhubarb, but now we can have some of that. Lawrence is struggling putting it back on. Right, so we go. New chicken day, very exciting. We'll see how they are tomorrow morning, pick up some eggs. And I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to go to the supermarket, buy stuff that we need, start getting prepped to host Easter. See you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. We are just about to pop down to the chickens to see how the new ones are getting on this morning. We're going to also take down scissors and cut their wings so that they can't fly into neighbours' gardens and stuff. I thought I'd take them down some porridge as well. Chickens really love porridge, especially if you put some mealworms in them as well, which is what I'll do when we go down to chickens, because we keep the mealworms down in the shed. But literally just some oats, some boiling water, give that a mix. They're gonna love that. I'll probably put some mixed seeds in there as well when we get down there. Let's go see how they're getting on. Very excited to see if the dynamic's okay. Oh, also, I want to show you what Lawrence did last night. So I had an idea for the Tablescape to put a load of brown paper down the centre, and then Lawrence draw things on it for our niece and nephew to then be able to like colour in. He did a very good job. So we've just got this big roll of craft paper that we always have, and these are all of the designs that Lawrence has done. Drawing is his job, but still, that, when I said the idea, I wasn't sure what kind of route he'd go down, if he'd go down a classy route of just vegetables and things like that, or if he'd go down a cutesy, kawaii, is that the word? Yeah. Which means cute in Japanese, right? Yeah. Kind of routes. And he went down the kawaii route, which is very sweet. So I'm gonna tablescape that today. I've got a few ideas of what I want to do to it. But you did very well with that. Well done, babes. Looks very good. Right, porridge is all done. Let's go see our new ladies. Oh, we need to name them as well. But they all look quite similar. So we'll have to maybe see if their personalities shine first. A little bit more water in these. Let's go down. Oh, she's coming down too. Gonna meet your new sisters, small boy. Come on, let's go. The OGs always come to the gate because they just know that we're gonna be bringing treats and snacks and scraps and all that stuff.
Like, what have you done?
Yeah, maybe they're just annoyed with us. I didn't realise how good the colour of our ones' crowns are until we saw these new ones. How upright they are, yeah. Alright, so to clip their wings, you just hold them and then you pull out their wing and you just want to cut in like a curved shape. Essentially, you just want to make sure that their like wings are unbalanced in length of feathers so that they can't balance and fly.
It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
It's like fingernails.
Yeah, and then I'll show you the back end of this one. I think this one's the worst one in terms of her feathers and stuff. So we'll be able to show you how she progresses and gets better.
See, her comb is all floppy and like a kind of cream colour, whereas our ones are like red and upright. So the difference between like factory, I don't know whether these were in cages or not.
No, she said that there was a farm. Oh, you don't know what their scenario was. Yeah.
But the difference between where they were and where they are now.
They're hopefully going to improve massively, but they're very sweet, aren't they?
They're very small.
Very small. Lawrence is just going to show them where they go to get their food. Oh! Oh, she's eating. I wonder if they can sense if they're vulnerable or not. Oh, okay, there we are. Let's get these mealworms, sprinkle them all in here. They're going to absolutely love this. A little bit of morning porridge. A couple of eggies. Right, gonna make a little bit of breakfast and then I need to pop out to the shops to buy everything that we need to start hosting. We've got a few things that we need to prep as well. We really like to go to town with stuff that we do. I've got some fun ideas for my niece and nephew as well for little activities. What are you two doing here? This is Kiki, and that's the little one. Popping out now. This is the Errands outfit of the day. Got this, what is this? This is the M&S collaboration with Bella Fraud jumper, H&M jeans, and this is like an old Zara top underneath. I'm wearing some flip-flops because I wore some shoes the other day. I just got the worst blisters from them. So I am having to wear flip-flops for foreseeable future because I have about 5 blisters on my feet. This is a bag from a brand called Oland. Let's grab a bag. We're gonna actually have to use the big boy. We've got these like massive IKEA bags, which are just really good for when you're doing really big shops that I keep in the car. So I'm definitely gonna have to use one of those for this shop. But I'll take this one as well just in case, because I need to go to some other shops that's not just the supermarket. I need to like go to Dunelm, bits like that. So let's go out. I've got my coffee mug as well so that we can get our free coffee from Waitrose, get the weekend paper. Let's go. One coffee machine working and it's Good Friday. Bit of a queue to get the free coffee. So we need more radishes. The plan is to do wild garlic, butter, dipped carrots with some flaky salt, not carrots, radishes, with a little bit of like flaky salt over the top. Might just get 1 pack. So we already have some radishes at home. So I think that'll be enough. Also, for the table setting, I'm gonna go to Morrison's because you can buy eggs by units in Morrison's, and they have these trays of egg carton trays, I don't know how else to explain it, in Morrison's, and I want to pick up one of those if they don't mind me taking one. And my plan is for the table setting is to cut them into strips and fill them with like half cracked eggshells, and then in those eggshells put in some micro herbs, and then Lawrence wants to then give people little scissors that they can then cut the micro herbs and put it on their starter, if that makes sense. And Waitrose always have these really good micro greens, and they also have cress. So we have some cress and microgreens for that table setting idea, and the radishes. What else do I need from the fruit and veg section? We've got the radishes. We do have asparagus already. Lawrence says that he doesn't think we need any more, but I might get some just in case. I'll always eat asparagus anyway, and I just don't want to run out. So we'll get some asparagus. Oh, we need some herbs as well. So we need dill, thyme, mint and parsley. We've got mint. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always just a fan of flat leaf parsley. I don't like the texture of curly leaf parsley. Don't know what it is. Dill, what else did I say we needed? And thyme. And then we need some of the Jersey Royals. There's like the last few left here. It's now when I realise I should have come to the shops first thing in the morning. Don't know what I was thinking. Shopping at like midday on Good Friday. Should have been at like 8 AM. There's a dip that Lawrence's mum has used before, and Lawrence's like, if you see this, you need to get it. It's like the best dip. I don't remember ever having this before. He was like, you remember? It was so good. It was so delicious. This one here. Creamy pecorino dip with tomato, pesto. Oh no, is that right? Tomato, pesto and fragrant basil. I think that's the right one. We'll see, but he was just like, oh, please get this. It's really good. So we'll get that and see what his hype is about it. Got the salmon as well, and I said, oh, what salmon should I get for if I want to do a cured salmon? They recommended the skinless boneless. Got quite a lot of it, 600 grams, and it was £20. But I didn't know this, there's 20% off every Friday with your Waitrose card. Fish Fridays, apparently. So that is very good to know. 20% off every Friday. Very good. My idea is for each of the adults table setting, I'm going to give one of them one of these boxes, so I need to get 2 of those because we've got my parent-in-laws and my sister-in-law and her partner, and then the other partner will get a little pack of quail eggs. Lawrence's family love quail eggs. I've got some leftover little chocolates from Hotel Chocolat from a job that I did with them, and I was going to decant them all into little cellophane bags. So in each place setting, there's either going to be a pack of quails with a little cellophane bag of some little chocolates, or this with a cellophane bag with some little chocolates, which I think will be very cute as a little takeaway for everyone. 20 quid worth of stuff, but good fun as well. Like, Easter can definitely be just like Christmas in terms of how busy the shops are and also how much money you can spend on everything. It's lovely to host everyone, but it can add up quite a bit. I think this is going to be 150 quid shop. Granted, a lot of it, like, we didn't have to do. Like, Lawrence really wanted to do the starter of the salmon, and we don't have to get these gifts for people. But I don't know if you're like, I just like to do little things for everyone, and it's at my own detriment because, yeah, end up spending a lot of money on it. Right, I'm back home and I'm just doing some bits for the Tablescape, and I thought I'd show you because I started filming for TikTok and then, sorry, I completely forgot about you guys. I went into my local Morrison's because at my local Morrison's they sell eggs individually, and they have these big trays of the cartons that you would put eggs in. And I have an idea for the Tablescape to essentially cut those up into strips and take eggshells and fill them with those micro herbs. Did I tell you about this in Waitrose? But that's why I got those micro herbs in Waitrose. I'm starting to build it out. I never actually know if these ideas work, but this is working so well. This is where we're at with one of them. And Lawrence had the idea, again, I don't know if I told you guys this, Lawrence had the idea that for starters, people can take a pair of scissors. I might even go to Boots tomorrow morning and get some tiny nail scissors, some new ones, and people can snip their micro herbs off to go onto their starter. So this is what this is looking like. It's working really nicely. So I'm just essentially getting these herbs and gently pulling them apart. And I can keep this in the fridge, I think, until Sunday, and they should be absolutely fine. It's just looking so adorable. I'm very happy with it. And I'm also going to put some different treats and stuff in it as well. There you go, how cute's that? That's good. Okay, they're all done with all of the micro herbs in. And then what I'm going to do is I've got some gypsophilia. I'm going to get a tiny bit of soil, put them into these bits here, only a few, because I want to also put some treats in as well. But I'm thinking if I do it so that the soil ones won't touch where the chocolate ones go, and then I will put the gypsophilia in as well. Oh, I might also, we've got daffodils, so I might also put some tiny little daffodils in as well. Oh, that's a cute idea. Okay, we'll soil these up first. And then I'm trying to think where to put the ones with bits of chocolate. That's a good one, and that's a good one because they're quite far away from other ones. And then we can do those as flowers maybe. I mean, it's fine, isn't it? I'm not very precious about a bit of chocolate touching a tiny bit of soil. It'll be all right. A little bit of soil there. Oh, so cute. Okay, these are all done. I think they look so cute. My plan is to take all the flowers out when we do snip the herbs off for the starters so that people don't end up with flowers in their starters. And then I've just started doing the Tablescape as well. I've done these napkins with ring holders, and then we've got duck eggs with the napkins wrapped around with a little kind of like bunny ear thing. I have done on my nephew's place setting a non-egg based thing, so there's no accidents, although I'm still a little bit nervous because you never know. Adults can also be unpredictable. I've got a few things that I'm putting out on the Tablescape. I'm going to do a couple of little activities for my niece and nephew. We have menus printed out. I've also got these little cute wooden bunnies that I got from Amazon that I'm going to place around. And then things for the place setting that we bought in Waitrose, so the quail eggs. I'm filming it for Instagram and TikTok, maybe just Instagram. I'll link it below, but I'm very excited to see how it's all going to come together. I think it looks really cute. Right, I've finished the Tablescape. This looks so good, I'm so happy. This is it in all its glory. We have our menus. napkins. These are ones that were in that John Lewis Waitrose gifted PR bag. And then I've done the egg boxes, and I've just divided some of the Hotel Chocolat eggs into little cellophane bags. We have the little arrangement here. I'm going to put these into the fridge, but I just wanted to lay it all out to see what it looked like. I'm so happy with this. It's like a little bit of fun, but also it's just cute. It looks so good. I'm very happy with this. I think I'm going to now also do a tiny bit of food prep before tomorrow. I'm going to do a cheesy bechamel for the cauliflower cheese that we're doing. Just get that prepped so it's in the fridge ready to go. I was going to cook the lamb, but it's 5:20 and I really want to low and slow it for as long as possible. So I think I might have to just get that on in the morning and deal with it then. But let's do the bechamel for the cauliflower cheese. I've actually told you guys what the menu is for Sunday. Hold on, let me get one of the menus and show you. So for the welcome drink, we're going to do a rhubarb and rosemary lemonade. I already have some rhubarb cordial, so we're just going to do that. I should have got some cloudy lemonade. I'll get Lawrence to pick some of that up. And then for nibbles, we've got gougères, gilders, crisps and dip, and then radishes. I'm going to dip in some wild garlic butter with a little bit of flaky salt over. I think I told you that when we were in Waitrose. Starters, we've got cured salmon, samphire. It does say lemon matto. Bit of a typo there from me. I did put lemon mayo here, but I was sent by this brand, which is a really great condiment brand, by the way, this wild garlic sauce. So Lawrence and I said, let's use that in this. Instead of making a lemon mayo, we're going to use that. And then that's with asparagus and then some of my pickled fennel. And then the mains, we're doing kind of like, we've done it before, like a porchetta, where you just get a loin of pork. Is it loin? No, you get like I can't remember what cut of pork is, and you put loads of herbs in the middle of it and you roll it up and you cook it. So it's like a Swiss roll of meat, but we're going to do that with lamb. So we're going to do that as the lamb. We're doing cauliflower cheese, but we're putting some pulled lamb on the base of the like little pots that we've got. So it's kind of like cauliflower cheese and you dip in, and then you'll have some pulled lamb on the base, which is what that shoulder is for. Then the Jersey Royals with butter, wild garlic, really simple. Buttered greens, really simple. And then maple carrots that I'm going to top with some toasted pistachio and maybe a sourdough crumb. And then a wild garlic salsa verde. And then for dessert, we're going to do a rhubarb jelly custard. I did put Madeline's here, but I think I'm going to do something else for that now. But that's the menu. So the prep I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make a really simple, I'm going to make like a 4 cheese bechamel sauce for the cauliflower cheese. And then tomorrow morning, I'm going to get the lamb on first thing, but I'm also going to pop out to do a few things. I've got a few fun ideas that I want to do for the kids. I think the only prep that I'll now do is that bechamel sauce. That's pretty much all done. I've put the Parmesan rind in there as well. Bechamel's like so easy. I just put a dollop, I don't really measure anything. I put a dollop of butter in, always salted. I always cook with salted and bake with salted. So I put a dollop of that in, then I sprinkle in some plain flour and just let the flour cook off, only for a couple of minutes, and then put in gradually whole milk. If you have cream, you could put cream in there as well, probably more towards the end of it. I also add in white pepper, salt, and some Dijon mustard. And then I've added in some cheddar, some Parmesan, and some Comté. And I've got that Parmesan rind in there as well. I will add in some mozzarella when we come to construct. I'll show you what we're putting them in because these are so cool. So these are going to be like the little individual, these aren't Le Creuset, these are just off of Amazon, but they're cast iron and a really nice brushed material. They're not cheap. I think it was £70 for 4 of them, but They are cast iron, and I think they're really good for having as little like side bits for individual serving. So the idea is that we're going to put in some of the pulled lamb shoulder in the base of this, then top it with cauliflower cheese, then top it with the sliced Jerusalem artichokes, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, let the top crisp up, maybe a little bit of parmesan over the top of that as well. And then there'll be these individual pot things. So I'm very excited about that dish. I think that's actually going to be my favourite dish out of everything. So I'm going to put this in a Tupperware to go into the fridge. And that's the bechamel for that done. All we'll need to do on either Sunday or even Saturday, we could probably construct this on Saturday and get them all ready. Oh no, because Lawrence wanted to do that, but I said, our fridge is already at full capacity, especially now that I've put those trays with the micro herbs in for the centerpiece. These will take up 8 of those, like in the fridge, going to take up so much space. So we'll construct them on Sunday. We don't need to be making life harder for ourselves. But that's all I'm going to prep for tonight. I'll see you in the morning, and I will be getting the lamb first on, and then we'll go do some pottering in the shops, get the bits that I need to get for my niece and nephew for the activity that I've got planned for them. I will see you tomorrow morning. Good morning, guys. It is big prep day for the Easter lunch, and it's like 8:30 now. I've got such a big list of things to do today. Lawrence went out last night with his friend, so I don't know what time he's going to end up strolling through the door. It's a funny one because we host so much together, but since doing content creation, I'm always like, no, I want to capture this, no, I want to film this, or no, I want to do that. So he does always really want to help, but there's so many times where I'm just like, no, I want to like film that for a full TikTok video, or I want to make sure it's captured on a vlog. So when I go out to the shops, normally he would do things for the dinner, and now it's kind of like, no, you have to wait for me so that I can either capture it for you guys or capture it for a TikTok, whatever it is. So we're trying to navigate how hosting is now a little bit different now that I do content creation so much. So you might be watching this thinking, how dare he go out on a lad's night out when there's a big hosting situation? Because Easter's like, it can be on the same level as Christmas. I feel like it really, like when I was at the shops yesterday, I definitely felt it was like that. So some people might be thinking, how dare he leave me on my own? Because he's also not going to be very helpful today at all. I'm not expecting him to come home and being like stuck straight into it in the slightest. And that's fine, it's not a problem. I enjoy doing this. I love being able to walk it through with you guys and being able to film it for content. So we're not mad about Lawrence for being out. It's fine. Obviously it'd be better if he wasn't, because then we could do stuff together. But equally, he's not a morning person. He will stay in bed until 10 if he could. So me being able to like chat with you guys at 8:30 in the morning is rare, because normally he'd be asleep, and we're in a bungalow, so our rooms are relatively close together, and he would hear me yapping. So actually it's quite useful him being out, because we can just crack on with things. And to crack on with things, the first thing that we're going to do, so things that I'm doing today is I'm going to start slow cooking the lamb shoulder. This is for those cauliflower pots that I was talking to you about yesterday. So I'm just going to get that on, super simple, sear off the lamb. Then I'm going to put it into a pot with, I was going to do red wine, but I'm not drinking alcohol because of my Roaccutane treatment, and also my sister-in-law is in recovery as well. So I am not going to use any alcohol in this, but we do have some stock. So what we'll do is we'll just sear this off, and then we'll put this in a pan with some carrots, some celery, some onion, a little bit of stock. Then it just gets put in the oven, low and slow. I might put the oven on now to do that. So I'm going to put the oven on at like 150 degrees, and I'm going to just leave it in there like most of the day. And then we're going to make the salmon starter. So I just need to make a cure for that. Again, really simple. It's essentially salt over the salmon, and it'll just sit in the fridge for 12 hours. So we'll pick that back up later on. And then I'm going to make a pavlova for, we are doing a dessert of jelly and like custard, but I have leftover stuff from a recipe that I did with a brand earlier in the week, and I just thought this is the time to use it up. I can use it in a warm space bake as well. Maybe I should just do that in the warm space bake instead of doing the pavlova today. I'll have a think about that. Maybe I'll do the pavlova. It's nice to have, I think, 2 showstopper desserts. We'll do the pavlova. So I'm gonna do I've got some leftover chocolate ganache from a job that I did and some marmalade. So I'm gonna do a Jaffa cake pavlova, which I think will be really good. And then there's loads of other bits to get on with. I need to go to the shops to get some bits. We need to then prep like the jelly and the bits that go along with that dessert. We'll do the lamb first. So I'm gonna get my big Le Creuset. This one here. You know what? This is one of those purchases. Lawrence got this for a Christmas gift years ago, and I commandeered it as my sourdough pan. It's the perfect pan for baking my sourdough. It's a lovely oval shape, and the coating of it is really good as well. And it's one of those things where I'm so annoyed that it's as good as it is, because it's expensive. I think it's like 400 quid or 300 quid. It's an expensive pan, but it's so good. And I do probably need to get a secondary one, because situations like this is so good for this, but I've got 2 sourdoughs in the fridge. Luckily, I don't want to cook them until tomorrow morning, but if we were cooking something like this and I wanted to bake my sourdough loaf, we'd be in a tricky position. So we're just going to get this on quite a high heat, set that aside, and I'm just going to roughly chop up some carrots and celery and onion ready, leaving all like the tops and skins on. I never like strip the skin off. What is it? I never peel the veg, so it's into nice chunks that can go into the pan. Salmon cure. This is a delicious recipe that I'm using. We need 150 grams of coarse sea salt. I've just got table salt, so we'll just use that, and 75 grams of caster sugar. And this recipe says 10 grams of pink peppercorns, but we don't have any, but we do have Szechuan peppercorns. So I'm gonna go rogue and I'm gonna do the Szechuan peppercorns. But we're gonna do 5 grams instead, because they are they're quite numbing and they're quite potent. So I don't want to go too OTT. Actually, I might do another 5 grams of just normal peppercorns. All right, give this a crush. And then we need the zest of 3 limes and a whole pack of chopped dill in here. Mix that together, then we'll add the salmon and put it in the fridge for 12 hours. Salmon is all done. I have to transfer it into a bigger dish because the other one was too small. So it's 9 o'clock now. This needs 12 hours to cure. So we'll rinse off the salt at 9 o'clock. Apparently, so according to the recipe, don't leave it longer than 12 hours because it'll be way too salty. So I'm just going to put some cling film over this into the fridge, and then we'll rinse that off at 9 o'clock. Stuff's kind of ready. I thought before I do things like the pavlova and the dessert, I'm going to pop out. So I want to pop out to essentially get my idea for an activity for the kids. I feel like, I don't know if I'm doing too many activities for the kids, but I just think scenarios like this, it's just going to be those two. They're twins and they're with a bunch of adults. I just want to make it as fun and interactive for them as possible. And I do think holidays like Easter and Christmas can and should be like kid focused. I don't have kids. We're childless by choice, but even though we're childless by choice, we still really like doing things for people in our circles and just making things fun as well. And I do think things like Easter and Christmas are really good potential like moments for kids to make these memories, and I just want it to be a little bit about them. After they've done the scavenger hunt, oh, did I show you the things I did? Hold on. So I used the laminator and the printer at work to make these scavenger hunt cards. And the idea is that I'm going to give them a card. This one says, a room that grows dark for popcorn and shows with cushy soft seats and big screen glows. Movies and magic are always in sight. Can you find your treat in the middle of the night? And that's going to be one that's hidden in our cinema room. I created these scavenger hunt cards for my niece and nephew, and then in each of the locations, that the answer to the riddle is, there'll be a treat token. Then they bring the treat token back to us and then they'll get a treat. So I've done those for them. So we're going to do an Easter egg hunt or scavenger hunt first. Then after that, we're going to do, I'm going to set out in the glass house some pots with loads of different wildflower seeds in. I thought they could create their own wildflower seed like mix, like pot, and then they can put that in the garden. It can be one for like bees, all that kind of stuff. So I want to go out to Dobby's now to buy loads of different seed mixes. We've got terracotta pots and plastic pots already, and we've got the soil already, so I won't need to get anything like that. So we're going to go to Dobby's and get that. And also my niece, she is not a sweet gal. She doesn't really like chocolates and sweets that much. So for a couple of her treat tokens, I'm going to go get her some, this is so weird, but I'm going to get her some South African biltong. Her dad, my brother-in-law, he's South African, so they have biltong quite a lot and she loves it. She's a savoury gal. She's like 8, but she loves biltong. And there's a South African shop in Milton Keynes. I've not been to it before, so we're gonna explore this together. So I thought for a few of her treats, we could do biltong instead of it just being chocolates. So we're gonna pop out now, go to Dobby's, go to the South African shop, and then we'll come back and finish all the dessert bits. The pavlova needs to be done, and the custard needs to be done, and the jellies need to be done. But besides that, like, we're in a pretty good place. We are here, got loads of different seeds. Oh, you've even got a wildflower collection here. That's quite cute. I want to find some poppies and maybe some sunflowers as well. I think that'd be nice. Some sweet peas would be good. I think cornflowers are quite a nice one because they're also edible, so they could actually use those like decorating salads and stuff as well. And then marigolds, I know, are really good. They're also good for like deterring slugs, but attracting the good wildlife, like ladybirds and bugs, or things like that. Cosmos, we'll get some of those. They're beautiful and really easy. I think that's the other thing. I want to do ones that I know are going to grow relatively easy for them. That's quite a fun poppy there. Okay, I think that's good. We've got these ones. Also, if you didn't know, in Dobby's, if you have their free card thing, you can get 2 free coffees a month. And Lawrence doesn't drink coffee, so I just log into his app and I get the 2 free coffees a month, which is quite nice. I was actually just corrected by the woman at the till. It's not a free membership thing. It's £15 a year or something. That shows how much Lawrence comes to the garden centre compared to me, because he was like, yeah, £15 a year, I'll get my money's worth with that. And to be fair, you get like 20% off. If you go to a garden centre a lot, might be worth looking into. Okay, we are now at the South African shop. This, for those in the Milton Keynes area, is near to Bradwell Abbey, so like where me and you is, Central Oriental. I've never been in here. I'm very excited. Oh, okay. This is where we need to go. You can see a wall of biltong. Oh my god, look at all these crisps as well. Oh my god, okay. This is amazing. So you can get original biltong, kilogram bag, £48, which is really good. This, I think, is actually really well priced. £26 for that? That's ridiculous. I'm actually trying to think if she would rather this instead of like the full Easter egg that she's got. But then I don't want there to be a fight between her and her brother. If her brother's got a Hotel Chocolat Easter egg and then she gets that, I don't want to cause any fights.
You suck on it.
Yeah.
Until the white guy, and you eventually get to the chocolate.
No. Okay,
Right,
well, we'll
so
have to
they
try
are-
those. And that's like quite a classic Easter thing. Cool. I've gone to town. I asked the lady here what I should get, and yeah, she's been very helpful. These ones
I
here.
thought all my favourites.
No, good. And that's what I want. All of your favourites.
Pretty much.
A good selection. I love being able to try new and different things. So we got loads of stuff. But I asked the lady loads of stuff that she would recommend. We got some like sweet treats, things to try. We will get this home and I'll give you a haul. Okay, back from travels. Let me show you everything I picked up in that South African shop. I spent like 56 quid and I only went in for some biltong. So yeah, I called my brother-in-law when I was in the shop because I just wanted to make sure it was the right one that my niece likes. And I'm glad I did, because I would have picked something completely different. He said that she would have liked what I would have picked, but this is good because I would have got just biltong, but apparently she likes drowurst. which is these sausages. And he told me that she likes a fattier one, a more squidgy one rather than a dry one. That was like £22, but 500 grams. So I'm going to divide that into a few, I've got cellophane bags. I'm going to divide this into a few cellophane bags so it can go to both her and her brother in the Easter egg hunt. And then also, I wanted to get this anyway when I saw it in the fridge, because I can't be in here and not get this. I think this was something like $7.99, but it's this bratwurst. So I think it's what this is before it's dried, and this is fresh sausage, so you cook it. It's a nice swirly shape. Really excited for that. The woman in the shop said go for the traditional one because that's more classic. Then I said to her, what else should I try whilst I'm in here? I was probably her favourite customer to ever come in. She recommended these. She said that they're quite common, ghost pops. And then I also was recommended these crisps here. And I wanted to try these because they're biltong flavoured puffs, which I thought would be nice and interesting. These are apparently quite classic South African sweets. So we've got some jelly tots, sour ones and original. I also picked up a couple of these. She said these were also very traditional. Fizzers, we got a cream soda flavour and sour strawberry flavour. And she also said that this is a very common drink, which is the drink flavour of that sweet. And then the final thing she said is, she said, oh, it's Easter, you should get these. These are a very common South African treat to have. Hen eggs, candy coated hollow milk chocolate eggs. Apparently you suck them. I don't know, I'm sure my brother-in-law will know about this. So I'll probably put a couple of those in some cellophane bags too, which would be quite fun. There's a little South African haul. I'm going to now finish a few bits. I forgot to show you guys earlier, but I've blended some wild garlic with some oil that's just filtering through this sieve and muslin. That's going to be used for the starter with the cured salmon. I've also taken out the fridge some of my wild garlic butter. I'm going to melt that in the microwave a little bit more and dip the radishes in it and put some flaky salt over, put them in the fridge to set. But the next main thing I'm going to do is do the pavlova, I think. Pavlova and jelly are like essential. So for the pavlova, I have 8 egg whites in here that I'm going to whisk until it's stiff peaks. Then I've got here 500 grams of a mixture of normal caster sugar and golden caster sugar. We're going to gradually add this into the stiff peaks white. And then when that's done, we'll add 2 teaspoons of corn flour and 2 teaspoons of vinegar. Put this in a circle shape. We'll do some nice waves around the edge. That is now going to go in at 130 degrees fan for an hour. Final bits of prep that I'm going to do today is I'm going to do the jelly and the creme anglaise for kind of like custard. So jelly is super simple. I'm going to double this recipe though, just because I want there to be enough. So 900 grams of rhubarb, and then into that we need 250 grams of sugar, 8 tablespoons of water. Okay, and then I'm just going to get this on the heat until it starts turning into a nice syrupy consistency. Whilst we do that, I'll do the creme anglaise. So bits of toast can go into this, put that on the heat. Right, I passed that through the sieve. I'm going to save all of that pulp because that, on yogurts, in porridge, would be delicious. So a handful of rosemary into that, and we'll put that onto the heat just to simmer for 10 minutes. Whilst that happens, we'll soak 8 leaves of gelatin, and then that's the jelly pretty much done. And the cream is almost done as well, so this is all going to start coming together. Creme anglaise done, jelly's done, into the fridge, see you tomorrow. Good morning guys, it's Easter Sunday and I'm just going to pop down to the chickens and give them the scraps from yesterday. Hi ladies. Oh, all 3 new ones are out. This is great, they're not very timid, which is good. They actually seem super confident, not too timid at all. Hi. Oh, this is good. It's nice to see that they're actually quite confident ladies. Oh, hi. No X. Okay, I'll leave you to it then. I did the seed station for my niece and nephew. So the idea is they get their soil first in those little pots, then they go put their seeds in that they want, and then they can come around here and paint those pots there. Very happy with that. I think they're going to really enjoy it. It's a little bit chilly today, so hopefully the sun will start to peek through. Lawrence is just finishing off the lamb to go into the little like cauliflower cheese pots. Shredded that lamb there. That'll go on the base of the pots. We'll cook off some cauliflower, put it with the bechamel. That's pretty much done. We've got a fair bit of gougere mix, which is essentially like savoury choux. Lawrence has made this stuffing mix. What went into this?
Breadcrumbs, olive oil, and loads of herbs like thyme, sage, parsley, mint. There was a bit of wild garlic oil.
Oh yeah, the wild garlic oil, yeah.
Salt and pepper.
So that's been blitzed up there, and Lawrence has also seared off the saddle of lamb. So that's seared off, got some colour to it. Just leaving that to cool down, and then we'll put that mix in here and roll it up this way, tie it with some string, and then that can go in the oven for an hour. Cheese for the cauliflower cheese, I've just added a little bit more cheese to it, some mozzarella, some blue cheese, and we've cooked the cauliflower, and this lamb is now ready as well. We're now going to construct these. Lamb first, cauliflower, then some thinly sliced Jerusalem artichokes on top of that. Okay, little individual pots are done. Oh, they look great. I didn't realise you did them in a nice little spiral like that. That looks good. So that one there is a little bit worse for wear. Oh, they look really good. Oh, cute. Okay, so you have all of those ready. The gougères, they're also done. Space out your gougères. Don't make the same mistake as I did, because they are technically now like buns, but they look good. Those like loads of grated comté on top will be excellent. Lawrence is now just finishing off the saddle of lamb, so putting all that stuffing in. Then it will go back in here. Carrots are also ready-ish. Really simple, just like slice them in half, a little bit of olive oil, a bit of salt and pepper. We're gonna do a seed and pistachio crumb on the top of them. So I'm just gonna like pestle and mortar some pistachios and toast off some seeds to go over the top of that. All the nibbles are out, I'll show you here. So we have radishes dipped in wild garlic butter, flaky salt, smoky salt, gilders, the gougères with more comté on top. This is a fava bean dip that we bought back from Greece ages ago that we're finally using. Just topped it with some sesame seeds, chive and olive oil, some tomato crisps, which are delicious. This is that Waitrose pecorino basil dip, which I can confirm is stunning. And then just another plate of those. Lamb is ready to go, and then the pistachio crumb for the carrots is ready to be on top of them. Station here, ready to do the starter. So samphire, asparagus, and pickled fennel, rolled with this wild garlic sauce and some wild garlic oil. Lawrence was saying that he's a little bit concerned that we're going overkill on the wild garlic, but it's wild garlic season, so we're going to make the most of it. This is the little haul. What's in here, Charlie?
We've got some
Got this nice big egg here. Yum. What else did you get?
dildos, chocolate bunnies, an egg chocolate sandwich,
Yum.
some stickers,
And what's
some
attached to them?
chocolate lollies.
You can try that later. It's like a sugar-coated chocolate. Yeah. Are you happy with that haul?
Yep.
Yeah? Good. So what do you think like this? Yeah? Okay. Do you want to try a bit?
Sure.
Quite nice, isn't it? This is Scarlett's vegetarian one. You've done such a good job at plating that up. That's amazing. And then we've got this one here as well. So it's great. Starter, done. Beautiful stuff. Potatoes done. We're just toasting off the pistachio seed crumb to go onto the carrots. These look great, and the lamb's at the bottom there. This, very annoying. Gonna have to oven pride now. Carrots, they're done. Lamb's done. Pavlova's done. We've put the orange marmalade. This was left over from a job that I did over on Instagram. And I've just put that on the base. Then we've topped it with leftover ganache that I heated up to make it a little bit runnier. Not the best jellies. I need to tweak that recipe, but they look pretty good. Show you a couple of bits. Tessa and Brian Lawrence's parents got me these beautiful flowers, bag of eggs, some cream eggs, and then Samantha Lawrence's sister and her boyfriend got me this amazing plain and nutty double egg by Chocolates for Chocoholics. Really nice small business, amazing looking Easter egg. And then this one here for Lawrence. And Lawrence's parents also bought me a stack of In the Style and Weekend Waitrose papers because they know that I love both of those. That went so well. The kids absolutely loved the scavenger hunt, and it wasn't too easy, which is something I was really worried about. I didn't want them to just get all the clues straight away and it'll be over within a few seconds. Really good. What I'll do is I'll see if I can link the design I did for the scavenger hunt cards and the tokens that the kids got, so if you want to use it for next Easter you can do that. It was really good. If you've got kids or kids in the family, really recommend doing something like that. Really good fun. We didn't get around to doing the planting station because there was just so much going on, but my niece and nephew are staying over tonight, so we'll be able to do that in the morning. Food was so good. The lamb was cooked perfectly. It didn't really hold its shape in the roll, which is a little bit annoying. I don't know if we needed to seal the seam a bit more. Lawrence did a really good job at carving it, so it didn't really look like there was any errors there really. And the flavours were great, and it was a really tender and pink cook. But yeah, in terms of the actual rolling, filling, slicing, that didn't work. I'll need to recipe test that a little bit more to see what tweaks would be needed to make it work as a full dish. But top dishes, the crumb on the carrots was delicious. Everyone loved the little pots with the pulled lamb, the cauliflower and the Jerusalem artichokes. That went down really well. And then the Jaffa cake pavlova, that also went down really well. So very happy with those dishes. Really recommend doing both of those really, because like I say, everyone absolutely loved them. Next week I've got a weekend in London, so I'm going to bring you guys along with that. Got some really fun things planned, a few PR visits. Really excited to bring you along to that one. Really hope that you enjoyed this one. I don't know how long this is going to be. I feel like I've yapped quite a lot and there's quite a lot to cover, fit in. 3 days of preparing to host is going to create a lot of footage, I think. Thank you so much for watching another one. I'll see you next week in the next weekly vlog. Have a great week. See you then.